at Paroco Production Group, we met here for the first time with Pastor Bobby and Jim. He had given us the space to be able to meet who were the core people that were going to be a part of things from the beginning. And that's when the structure began, and watching different people step in.
I remember when we met at Hilton Garden Inn, and it was the beginning of just an amazing time. Pastor Bobby taught us a whole lot on leadership. He showed us how he had done his homework, looking at the demographics. He was trying to find out who did we need to serve in North Suffolk, and it felt really good to know we already knew who we were going to minister to.
I think the whole process, even starting with the seed planting meetings in a local conference room, and then moving to the Hilton Garden Inn and meeting in a hotel, I think a lot of us were just excited. It was something new. It was a beginning, and we knew that there was going to be a future. We knew there was going to be next steps, and a lot of us were just sowing seeds in faith and stepping out and believing that God had called people, had called leaders, had called individuals to be part of this body out here. So even though we didn't know maybe when the next steps were going to be, I think there were so many of us, you could feel the swell of just a positive nature that it was coming and it was going to be good.
I remember we met in our home one particular evening, and I remember us all with burning hearts because we knew that the Hilton Garden Inn was not the answer. And I remember us looking at different stores. One was next to a Food Lion, and we were looking at how could we make this into Riverbend Church. And I remember very clearly Dan Ognabenny said, "No, the vision's too small. It has to be bigger." And he was emphatic about that. That was pretty awesome. That same meeting, I remember us all with just burning hearts saying, when can we start meeting on weekends?
Saturday night service began April 2012 at Covenant United Methodist Church. What an exciting time.
We knew the church would be small, just getting started. What I think we found in this stage was a genuine, authentic community. We all knew each other. We were pretty small, but at the same time, you knew you were a part of something that was just, it was going to be amazing. You could see it in the people, the hunger for the Lord, but also the vision that Bobby had. We knew we were small now, but we knew we were going to turn into something quite amazing. So.
Again, the enticement for me was that it was an infant church, but I really wanted to be somewhere where intimacy could be found. Not only found, but I could participate in it, growth, development, not only in getting it, but possibly participating, giving it.
And it was amazing to watch God just continue to break down the barriers, open the doors, provide. I mean, there's just no denying that God wanted Riverbend to grow.
After lots of prayer and many meetings, we finally were able to get an empty shell of a building. And so we got access to that building when we established the lease. We were able to go in, we were able to sign the walls, put scripture, and just pray over the entire building even before we started doing a build out. And from that, we were able to move into the building on January 2015.
There's something about Riverbend where you know that there's going to be a relationship there. And I think for the first time, as a family, we actually had a place where we all fit.
Right now, God's doing something really big here. Just the fact when I first got here, we only had a 10 o'clock service, and now we split into these 9 and 11 o'clock service, which is awesome.
You know, we really feel wanted here. The people here are just loving, caring.
Even though we were a new church, we had a direction, we had guidelines, we had a good foundation, and so there was a real sense of security in that.
And I think that we're going to cross those generational lines and bring people together to come and worship the Lord.